Somber shuffle time. Somber shuffle.
Called situational defense. The Nuggets know what it is, and they got it done.
Wait till the fourth quarter to the Nuggets battle. Wait till the time and make all the clutch plays.
Vic, it's called situational defense. The Nuggets know what it is, and they got it done here today.
Speaking of defense, the defender of the paint is brought to you by Red Canary, full court defense that stops cyber threats. And you know, we talk so much about Nikola Jokic and his offense on a wide array of offensive talents, but tonight defensively, he did a lot. I mean, the block shots, the steals.
Yeah.
He was the true defender of the paint in this game.
Yeah, he was. And, you know, I think as he has continued to just get back to his normal self after the injury, I think where we've seen the most improvement is on the defensive side of the ball, and with steals and with blocks and
active.
Yeah, first jump, second jump, really quick. You know, and I think this game was really emblematic of that. And so, look, Nikola Jokic is a good defensive player. I mean, he's a very opportunistic defensive player, good position defensive player, deflections and steals and all that. And I think we're starting to see him put all those things back on the court.
5 steals and 2 blocks for Nikola Jokic tonight. Jamal Murray came alive in the fourth quarter, clutch time. He had a couple big threes, one in regulation, one in overtime, finished with 20 points. Let's go downstairs and hear from Jamal.
Jamal, why is this team never out of the fight?
Just understand what it takes to win, understand the position that we're in, whether it's good or bad. We understand what we need to do to come back in the game or keep the lead. So, you know, it's nice if we don't put ourselves in that position early, but it's just good to know that we're capable of great things.
What's been working well about late game execution the last couple?
Spacing. The spacing's been good, so we haven't been turning it over or messing up the execution on the ATO or the play calls that we're running. So I think when we have space, you know, it's really it could be anybody's shot. And that's what you saw tonight. Sometimes it was me, sometimes it was Yoke. CB had a good look. AG hit a couple big ones. Cam has been probably our primary clutch shooter. So, you know, just guys staying ready.
How would you describe the different weapons this team has?
Our team?
Yep.
Are just diverse and versatile. You know, we're hurt, so, you know, may not seem like that, but we have so many guys that can come in and impact the game or fill a different role that they haven't filled all year. So just good to see everybody that can come in the game and just plug and play and keep their rhythm. You know, keep their fight, keep their will to win, and not worry about shots or minutes and all that. Everybody's, you know, even JV just coming in, playing as hard as he can, and you know, really giving us a boost to that fourth quarter. So.
All right, Jamal mentioned how much smoother things go when they get the proper spacing.
Mm-hmm.
How do you translate that?
Yeah, so especially late in game situations where the defense really wants to kind of crowd out Jamal and Joker in that two-man game. So you got to keep things spaced. You got to have good personnel in your corners so that the defense has to honor those shooters, and it gives your guys space. Now, I will say this. One of the things I think I'm seeing late in games from the Nuggets is that traditional two-man game is starting to stretch out to become more of like a 2.5, 3-man game.
Yep.
And Aaron Gordon is in the middle of all this stuff because he is handling the ball or flaring out to the corner or initiating the offense so that then they can get into the two-man, the normal two-man game that we see. And what that does for the Nuggets is it doesn't allow the defense just to hone in on those two guys. You have to honor what's happening on the strong side of the court, the action that they are running, and then they just run Jamal Murray off of some of those off some of those screens. Now he gets into dribble handoff action with Nikola Jokic, and it works exactly the same as a pick and roll, but you've dressed it up a little bit different and not allowed the defense to be able to crowd you out.
His ability to hit clutch threes, not just threes, but the ones with the game on the line.
Yeah.
You have so many different options late game situations, given that with Aaron Gordon. It's great to see. And
it is.
Nuggets
and
fans
everybody's
certainly are used to it because we saw it in the playoffs last season. That's where you got the confidence, and it certainly carried over to this season. All right, so not only do the Nuggets have the longest win streak in the NBA right now, 9 games and counting, they're in the 3 seed.
Yep.
We're starting to see the rotation we may see in the playoffs, which brings us to our bench player of the game. And
Yep.
I thought for a guy who only played 10 minutes tonight, Jonas Valanciunas in 10 minutes, 14 points, 6 of 7, very productive.
Yeah, very aggressive, right? He's a very physical player, especially when you see these moves here, and he even knocked in a three-point shot. But it's been really good to see him on the court and scoring the last couple of games, because I think these games really did lend themselves to him being on the court. The San Antonio Spurs play Luke Cornett after Victor Wembanyama, so you have a big after that, so you put Jonas Valanciunas on the court, and then tonight they're playing Robert Williams after Donovan Clingan, so you're going to put Jonas Valanciunas on the court. And then what he has done is he has completely validated your faith in him putting him out there by scoring 14 points in 10 minutes.
Back downstairs, Cam Johnson addressing the media in the Nuggets media room.
You're talking about strictly from the three-point shooting? Like, one hand, it's like don't overreact, but on the other hand, it's like we got to get out the shooters, not let them get the easy looks. Kind of just be a little cleaner in our rotations. They hit a couple over, hands with contests, and a couple guys had it going. So, just one of those games where had to fight through a little adversity.
What do you personally feel about, I don't know if it really matters or not, but what do you personally feel about the slice coverage that you guys do versus maybe some of the different types of closeouts that you guys execute? Because it actually has resulted in you guys being very good at defending spot-ups as far as drives and things like that to contain, because you're trying to get out to the corners pretty consistently. What are your kind of thoughts on that?
Well, there's a reason we do it. A very specific reason we do it, and I believe in that reason. And it's just to funnel everything back towards the help. So sometimes it results in, that guy taking what looks like a clear path to the hoop, like I know Kamara had one, probably others, but, it's what we do. And if we don't do that, then you're going to get dotted with a lot of corner threes. So it's our way of preventing that, and then, sending everything kind of back to the middle, back to Yoke, and we want him to be at the rim instead of having to kind of close out to the corner shooter. So those are the kind of environments that we'll live with, and when we get in those situations.
Cam, you had a little bit of contact there during the game. How are you feeling right now?
Yeah, I'm good. No problems.
We were just kind of talking about this in here. How much of being a good one-on-one defender in the NBA is doing your homework, like constantly watching film? And is that something that you pride yourself with?
Yeah, a lot of it is understanding what guys want to do, for sure. You get somebody like Abdia, he wants to go right. And then when you cut off his right, he still wants to go right, And he's good at that, and he's good at creating contact, so understanding, what he wants. And it's like understanding personnel is a huge part of defending at the NBA level. If guys want to shoot, if guys want to, kind of break you down, and then learning to live with, trying to force them to shoot the shots they like a little bit less than others. And then there's other parts of it that is pure effort and intensity too. So it takes a lot on one hand. To be a high-level NBA defender, and there are guys that have a lot of, really, really specialized tools in it. But I think as a team, when we give the effort we give individually on one-on-one defense, we're a lot better.
Hey, the Nuggets not only have the longest win streak in the league right now, 9 games and counting, but they have a chance to do something they've never done with Nikola Jokic on the team. They have a chance to go double digits on Wednesday.
He's never been a part of a 10-gamer.
Never been part of a 10-gamer. I need to double-check my work on that, but this is already now the longest win streak of his career as a Denver Nugget, and a chance to go longer Wednesday night.
They're peaking at the right time. There's just no doubt about that. And hopefully they can get Spencer Jones and Peyton Watson back soon, so they can be whole again. The way they're playing, the way they're starting to put the building blocks of the defense together is trending in the right direction.
Twice they've won 9 in a row with Joker on the team. Never 10. chance for 10
Let's
Wednesday.
do it.
We'll preview that game when we come back on Nuggets Postgame Live. This regular season, Memphis Wednesday night, OKC Friday night. This is our path to victory, brought to you by Pathwater, and then the season finale in San Antonio.
That's it.
You
Right
wonder, okay, of these 3 games, will the OKC game Friday mean anything? Will they have wrapped up the #1 seed by then?
Probably.
Then does that mean the San Antonio game is meaningless?
That's exactly what that would mean. And so, for the Nuggets, will that be meaningless for them as well? I don't know.
Every game is meaningful for the Nuggets.
I
right?
mean, until it's not. I mean, if you get a quick, look, if the Lakers lose tomorrow and they go a game behind the Nuggets win again, Lakers lose again, then the San Antonio game is almost meaningless. So, look, it requires the Nuggets to now have an 11-game win streak. I'm already, I'm looking that far into the future, but it is doable, and hopefully. Quite honestly, I hope the Spurs game doesn't mean anything for the Nuggets, but it might.
Quick question for the crowd. I want to thank all the loyal fans who stuck around.
Yeah.
Just yell it out. Who's the last team to beat the Denver Nuggets? Who's the last team to beat the Denver Nuggets? Yeah, who is it? No, not the Knicks. Name the last team to beat the Memphis. You're exactly right. And Memphis comes to town.
You stop
Wednesday
it.
night.
Stop it right now.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, no,
That's a good thing, because now they can look at it and say, okay, we got to take this seriously.
Well, exactly right. And you noted earlier in the program, Memphis made 29 three-pointers here today. You gave up 25 to this team. You don't want to do that again, obviously.
Sure.
This is also, as you just pointed out, the last team to beat you. Sometimes you come off the big victory against San Antonio. There's a little bit of a dip in energy. I don't think that's going to be present on Wednesday.
Yeah. We have Aaron Gordon after the game. That's available on Altitude Plus if you're watching at home, that interview from the Nuggets locker room. We want to thank everybody in attendance tonight. Gave away 2 pair of shoes. That young lady who won a pair, hey, you gave me such a fearsome high five, I can't feel my right hand. It's been an hour. You must lift weights. You do. Okay. Thank you to everybody. The Nuggets, man, they gave us some fun tonight. Down 18, and they win in overtime. We'll see you again Wednesday night on Altitude.